Good evening, Willing. This evening we will visit in spirit Mount Athos in Greece as a human star constellation site, and as a living light induction we will connect with the spiritual energy fields there. What is interesting, I just want to highlight one point about that specific constellation site, and it's not uncommon for different constellation sites that they hold mature human stars from different civilizations that lived in the same area. So, as we spoke about Westminster Abbey and Hagia Sophia as well, it's the same case. These constellation sites exist for thousands of years, and few civilizations gave enlightened people who continued their creative work for the good of all humanity, which led them to full maturation of their human stars, and after the death of their physical body, their fully mature human stars went to live eternally on the constellation site that is the focal point of their civilization. Well, they don't live there eternally, they are eternal, indestructible, but they will stay there until the mission on this planet is finished, completed. Such is the case of Mount Athos in Greece. So, latest civilization is Christian civilization, Orthodox Christian, especially Greek, but also Serb and Bulgarian, and other Orthodox Christian churches, that monasteries that they are on the Mount Athos Peninsula. But before that, there was old Greek civilization, ancient Greeks, antique Greeks. So some of the most famous Greek philosophers are still there, like Socrates, Plato, and others. So the characteristic of this constellation site is obviously philosophical thought and compassion and love. That is characteristic of Christian path. So you can see creativity can be completely internal, meaning that philosophical thought, an attempt, or not an attempt, but this endeavor to understand the world, human nature, life, to create theories and concepts, philosophical concepts, that include all the insights and understanding about the world and life, can be very much a creative process that can lead to enlightenment and full maturity of human star. So we will first do the healing session still with our human star. Last time we were healing our own consciousness. And this time we will practice the same healing principle method by healing someone else's consciousness. So before we start the healing session, please choose one person that you want to help to heal consciousness. When we say healing of the consciousness, I'm not speaking about mental illnesses or anything that will go under medical diagnosis. I'm speaking about transforming subconscious programs, emotional patterns, traumas, anything that is obstructing development of consciousness. So anything that is opposite to healthy consciousness, which is coherent consciousness. Let me explain it a bit. It's better when you have understanding before we work on it. You have parts of your brain right now which are in a deep sleep, and other brain centers that are dreaming right now. That's predominant frequency of brain waves. Some centers are in alpha state, and these cognitive centers that are active during the waking state, they are they are having a brain waves frequency corresponding to the waking state. So my point is that the brain is not functioning coherently, meaning there is no enough integrity in brain function. Brain meaning consciousness. So different parts, different coordinate points within the sphere of consciousness are operating somewhat autonomously, like they have their own processes going on, not synchronized and connected with other coordinate points in a consciousness space. Fully healed and healthy consciousness is one where there is no separation between conscious, subconscious, and unconscious part in the first place. Everything is conscious. And all elements or all coordinate points in consciousness space are linked together. Like in a laser beam, we say laser beam is coherent light, meaning that every beam of light within the laser beam keeps its own individuality and separateness on the level of the structure, structural differentiation, but on the level of the function, they are synchronized in their wavelength, meaning frequency. So when we have one common frequency that is like a common denominator for all the consciousness processes, we say that we have basic coherence of a consciousness space. That type of consciousness reacts to any external or internal stimuli as a whole. So That's the goal we want to achieve. When there is one basic predominant frequency, which is approximately 11 hertz as a law for humankind, that 11 hertz frequency is like a carrier wave holding all other harmonics, all other frequencies as its own harmonics. In that state of consciousness, we activate higher potentials consciousness holds. But most importantly, we can maintain good health. Coherent state of consciousness is not allowing any negative thought or negative emotion or stressful activity, stress-based reaction to reality to be generated. So predominant are positive thoughts and emotions and actions. So I hope you were healing your own consciousness with the help of your human star, and that you are progressing in this path to achieve this state of coherence of the consciousness space. So let's do it for someone else. The main goal here is not to, as I said, to heal mental illness, which can also be done, but that's a more serious work, but to help someone arise above these low frequencies where negative thoughts and emotions are generated, and to harmonize content of that person's consciousness to be harmonious. Okay, sit comfortably. Pay attention to your breathing. With the inhalation, stomach is going up. With the exhalation, it's going down. Natural pace. No forcing. Bring your attention to the downward pointing end of your sternum. So in the area of diaphragm, between the stomach and the chest. At the lower end of your sternum, there is like a point of the sphere of the sword, like a tailbone. So bring your attention there. Just feel this spot. As you breathe abdominally. Now bring your attention inside of your body, behind that spot, behind that point. And allow your attention to settle in it. to make space. Feel that point behind the lower end of your sternum. As it pulses with your breath. With inhalation, it expands this space, and with exhalation, it contracts. With every inhalation, it expands this sphere, its space, expands even more, and with the exhalation, it contracts to the tiny point. Next inhalation, it expands like a balloon, inflating balloon even more. And with the exhalation, this spheroid space concentrates even more in its center, in the point behind the lower pointing end of your sternum. Gradually, this spheroid space envelops whole body like a bubble, inflated balloon with the inhalation, and with the exhalation concentrates in its center. Once it reaches diameter of your spread arms, keep this sphere, visualize and feel this sphere around your body. That is your consciousness space. Now, while staying in the center of this sphere, feeling the sphere around you, feel the presence above your head. Just be aware of the presence approximately 1 meter above your head. Like a spirit or spiritual structure hovering above your head, overlooking you. Simply stay in this awareness of the presence above your head while being centered behind the lower pointing end of your sternum. Feel the connection between the center of the consciousness space, consciousness sphere around your body, and the presence above your head. Now think about the person whose consciousness you want to heal. Visualize that person in front of you in the sphere of their consciousness. So it's like you're seeing that person in a bubble that represents their consciousness space. Repeat after me mentally. I petition my human star to transfer knowledge of healing to the human star of that person. Say the name of that person, or think of it if you don't know the name. How to heal his or her consciousness. I petition my human star to transfer the knowledge of healing to the human star of the person, you say name, how to heal consciousness of that person. And simply witness the processes, any sensations you may feel, any mental images, feelings, movements of energy. Just witness it. Repeat after me mentally. I petition my human star to join human stars of all the members of this group to heal consciousness of that person. Say the name of the person. Witness the processes happening on the sphere or a bubble around the person you are healing. You stay as an impassionate, relaxed witness observing healing process. Bring your attention again to the center of the consciousness sphere behind the down pointing end of your sternum. Feel the pulsing of the space in your inhalation, exhalation. Say mentally, thank you. Repeat after me mentally. I petition my human star to connect me with the field of the intelligent living light at the Mount Athos. Stay within yourself, in your inner center, and observe any processes, movement of energy, mental images, body sensations, inner voice, anything, any form of information you may receive as a witness. Field of intelligent living light at the Mount Athos constellation site is like a cosmic library, highly concentrated light, dense with knowledge, having for its basic frequency love and compassion, and divine wisdom. Observe your spheroid consciousness space around your body, receiving induction of living light, becoming more and more concentrated. Every coordinate point receiving immeasurable knowledge. Bring your attention to the center of your chest, to this feeling I am. Feel your I am feeling, notion of your own self-existence. You are that. Simply allow this feeling to emerge. Feeling of the self. You are not witnessing it. You are that. You know yourself by being yourself. and that self-existence manifests primarily as a feeling I am in the center of your chest. Repeat after me mentally while staying centered in your I am feeling. I petition my human star to connect me with the field of Creator's presence at the Mount Athos. As you feel your own presence in the center of the chest, so the presence of Creator's energy is apparent in a form of field at the Mount Athos. It is the same presence. There is deep inner stillness and silence of eternity in this presence of Creator's energy in the form of field at Mount Athos. Feel your own inner self, your I am feeling, being connected with the presence of Creator, become more solidified, more concentrated, more intense, and also more subtle. Repeat after me mentally. Thank you. You can open your eyes. Thank you all. Anyone would like to share your experience or comment or ask a question? Don't worry, if you speak, this state will stay with you. You cannot disturb it. Yes, Sharon, please.
It was very powerful, and I still feel that I am still there. It was so intense, but it almost felt as if that I was just in this state of peace. This state of peace that had this vibration to it that you couldn't put into words. And then it felt like I was transported somewhere, not a place that I know, but with ancestors that have passed that I was able to connect with again, as if they were, I'm still quite emotional about it, as if they were here right now. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Catherine.
I had two really, really powerful points, but the first one was when you said to connect all the human stars in the group. That was really suddenly, and it felt like suddenly I had that massive band around my head again, just really tight. I don't know why. And then the second, really, I mean, it was all like Sharon said, so powerful, but I don't know Mount Athos at all. I've done a little bit of research today. It looks amazing. But I just felt when we felt our sort of amness the same as the field, I just felt all of my boundaries dissolve, and I kind of just like slipped in sideways, like into an envelope to this. It was very yeah, and I definitely feel very spaced out now.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome. By the way, of course, when you ask for healing, when you petition your human star to heal someone else, to transfer knowledge of healing to someone else's human star, or to heal someone directly, you receive healing as well. That's always like that normally. And it's not uncommon to feel this pressure around your head. And that's an effect of influence of your human star on your brainwave coherence. So when our brains start to function coherently, we feel kind of a pressure, like we have a helmet even around the head. So yeah, that can happen. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Catherine. Yes, Luisa.
Thank you, Igor. That was quite special. I had like a well, I would say transportation, a visitation to like a place with really big pillars. They were like a big. It's so cliche, but like a Greek Ethereum place, like in the um, and it was like a universal library. But I don't want to say anything like nothing like a Akashic records or anything like this, but definitely a knowledge like a universal university, and I felt the knowledge like seeping into all my pores. It didn't even come through my head. It just went straight into my, like literally, it more than blankets. It was just like I was absorbed in the atmosphere, and a very interesting exchange, because it wasn't like a, oh, I met one person or anything. It was a collective absorption.
Mm. And in what form you felt this absorption of knowledge? How it came? You said as a like a blanket. So can you give me some visuals?
Molecular level, like
Like a points, like a dots.
like all molecules soaking into all
Mm.
my skin, every through every part of me. I was just absorbed into this cloud of universal information, and I
Yes.
feel like I have I want to say formula, but it's not formula. It's like uh, um like a particular case can be given for such and such, and it's like a knowledge on how to get about particular situations, a very very precise way of making something work that you would know from, except from years and years of study and experimental information. Phew.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, exactly. That's a real experience of transfer of knowledge. Yes, it's like a download. You instantly have that knowledge that someone was gathering and developing for maybe eons even.
Mhm.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, please.
Hi. Yeah, it's the first time I'm here. And, I don't know exactly what it's like, so I'm a little bit, but I would like to share what it
Please
was,
do.
how I experienced it. Um, I yeah, I could, with this healing of the other person, I could just see all kinds of things happening and changing.
Hmm.
Um, and like I saw it visually, things were like being taken away, and then there was light appearing from within, and then the colors were changing, and I mean, I don't know, I just saw this,
Excellent.
and
Which colors?
there was but I saw this person like in red, and like as if this red was really like giving power from within, like just like it
Hmm.
was building up or something. That's a bit what I saw.
Excellent.
And then I also felt this, like when you said, that's my cat. The when you said the connection of with the other human stars of the people here present. Um, I also like suddenly felt it was like, oh, like suddenly there was like a lot together, like this feeling, um, which I had not expected, but I really felt it. And um, and then I don't know, it was a little bit strange, but with the Mount Athos, in fact, I had the feeling of being at home or something, or like as if it was something that I knew, or like, I don't know, it was a strange feeling. Like it was not like it's the first time I felt this. That was a bit the feeling that I had. And I had, it's a bit strange maybe, I had the feeling that I was like a king or something. Um, yeah. And then I had a feeling of like as if I was a bit in stars, and it was quite cold. I felt a lot of cold around me, but also warmth. And then I suddenly had like, especially with the creator's essence, I don't know what that was, but I felt like a very strong upward surge, as if there was like a tower and black birds, and it was like I felt this enormous power. And yeah, I don't know what it was in fact, but there were some things like that.
Excellent, excellent. So, you are a first time here, but you know these terms. Have you listened to any previous recordings, like of previous sessions, like what is human star and constellation site? Do you have any idea about it?
No,
Excellent.
but Louisa is the one who told me to come here, and she told me some days ago about the human star. So I have a little bit of an idea, but not so much. But
Excellent.
it does speak to me.
Excellent, excellent. And yet these experiences, they feel real. It's not like your mind playing games with you or auto-suggestion or something, but you felt it as a real experience, yes? Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. Yeah, I can comment, of course, of some of your experiences to try to explain it a bit, but it's not important. It is important what it speaks to you, how you feel it, what it means to you. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share? Yes, Maureen.
Did you need email?
I was. Oh, sorry.
Carry on, Maureen. Sorry, yeah, I misheard. I misheard.
Well, you go first.
You're next, no problem.
I'll be quick. I was working. I was working with this other person, and when we were bringing the light in from the human stars, sort of through their head, it was this beautiful turquoise light, and then the bubble around them, it suddenly became full of this beautiful turquoise bubbling water. And I was just watching it, and the person sort of, from being tight and stiff and very distressed, sort of, relaxed and calmed as this water bubbled them, and they started swimming in it like a fish. It was like watching Ivana swimming in Cyprus, swimming around the rock, so playful, and it was just like that. And I thought, this is going back to amniotic. This is pre-birth, this, and she's cleansing and it's going to be better. And then when you did the thing where everybody's energy came into work together, it was like and it went the most glorious shade of purple, of purple light. It wasn't liquid anymore. And it was this beautiful light, and it was right around her again. And it was, she became calm, and eventually she was able to put her arms out and relax and embrace the world, instead of being this person who spends their life like that. And it was just wonderful to watch. I think that was just the other thing when we were at Mount Athos, the silence, the calm, the eternal feeling, it was magic. It was so healing just to be part of this and be nothing, to just be just a bit in the air. It's fabulous. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, like feeling of eternity and stillness.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you. Mel?
Okay. Mine's not as colourful. So at first I was a bit confused because immediately there was the helmet on my head, and then it's like my eyes were being burrowed out and being replaced or cleaned or something. And there was this pressure, this constant pressure that moved between here and here. And you put a clamp on to clamp things down. Well, there was like this clamp, but it was working in reverse. It was pushing the heart area out. So with the same pressure you would use to clamp something down. And it was this strange, it was an uncomfortable thing. It was the other paradox was I felt like I was bathing or swimming in amniotic fluid, but it was dry.
Dry fluid, I like it.
And actually, for a long time, I couldn't talk on. It was paradoxical.
Yeah, yeah, excellent,
so,
excellent.
Whatever. Right. Yeah. So, yeah. So I was going through these opposite feelings, you know, dry but wet, uncomfortable but not uncomfortable, huge pressure but relaxed, cells dancing as if with joy, but almost like, gosh, I don't even know what the word is. It's not like they were shrinking or carring, but they were tight, but yet they were dancing. And I couldn't help, and oh, I felt restless. I felt restless, but actually I was calm. And I couldn't help notice this person for whom I was petitioning the healing. There they were, curled up like a little cat, purring, peaceful.
We don't hear you. You're just breaking up a bit.
Oh gosh, did I freeze all that time?
Yeah, yeah.
What did you hear last?
The person you were healing was like a curled up.
A curled up, contented cat.
Like
and there was me going through all this. Yeah, that was it.
Excellent, excellent. And how you felt Mount Athos constellation site?
Well, it was actually, as I was approaching the site, this reached a crescendo. It was really amped up. Before it was like restlessness and pressure, and then all these opposites started to really amp up, and it's the strangest thing, being uncomfortable but not really uncomfortable, and dry, wet.
Excellent, beautiful, I love it. Beyond duality. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Mel.
Yeah, including both. Yeah.
Both opposites included and transcended in the same time. Excellent.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Thank you, thank you. So that's it for tonight. You have visited Mount Athos. You probably know that women are not allowed to visit Mount Athos, but not in spirit. You can visit anytime. So practice this healing of your own consciousness and consciousness of others. Repeat it for the people you already started to do healing for. And also visit these constellation sites in the same way we did it this evening. Connect with those fields and receive this knowledge and the light. Unpack this knowledge, apply it in your life. So simply that allows you wider range of creativity in solving different issues and approaching different situations from different angles. So strive to activate this knowledge and put it in practice, put it in use. Okay. Thank you so much for your kind presence and your great, amazing work. And see you in 10 days, yes?